whole time during COVID, like I said, I have been working on the script, having virtual rehearsals, and literally one day I was sitting on the couch and I'm like, I'm literally not doing anything. I'm not working. Had I been working, I would have had to request like hella days off of work to film. Let me maybe use this time where I'm not working to film the movie. Like, I have the money, I have the cast, I have crew. Let me see if they would just want to do it during COVID. Like, I was willing to kind of risk it, but I didn't want to be like an asshole to be like, oh, put your health at risk. I had a meeting with them and was like, look, we got this grant. I ain't working, you ain't working. Like, we might as well make the movie. And I promised them, we gonna have masks on deck. I'ma disinfect everything. We can wear gloves if y'all want to, hand sanitizer, all of that. And they was down, and so we were back up and running.
Hello again. So, as planned, although it's a sacrifice, I decided to go and travel to Milwaukee during this quarantine time. My plan is to be there for about 7 weeks. So, to give me some time to get everything together for the film and then the actual filming, decided to go ahead and break up filming into two sections just because of the quarantine and because Milwaukee, even though it's May and June will soon follow after, Milwaukee doesn't really get warm until I would say maybe the beginning of June, maybe the end of June, where it's like warm. We have where you can go outside with short sleeve shirt, things like that. So I'm hoping with this plan to get all of the interior scenes done the last week of June. And then once the virus passed, hopefully in July sometime, I can go back and film the school scenes along with the exterior scenes. I am about an hour and a half out from Milwaukee. Like I said, it's a 9-hour trip from Memphis to Milwaukee, and this is technically my third time um, making this trip on my own in my little car. Got my little Nissan Versa or whatever. Doing this King Girl project is really exhilarating for me because it's my one of my first projects that I'm doing independently at this large of a scale after graduating from film school. I'm super proud about it and I'm excited because I'm showcasing my city. Like I said, I always felt like growing up in Milwaukee, I come from a middle class home, family, 2-parent household. Both my parents are college educated. I always felt like I wasn't necessarily represented in film and TV because a lot of the things that I watched, either the dad wasn't there or they were super duper struggling. They grew up in the hood, the projects, or they was like extremely rich, and I never connected with any of those. Never felt like something that could quote unquote really happen to me. So that was my inspiration of creating this and being able to showcase Milwaukee to not just other Milwaukeeans, but to the world in a positive light. It's been so much, especially with like social media really been popping now. There's so much racism and discrimination and brutality against Black people showcased on social media now, more than ever. And Will Smith had said this a few days ago. It's not like racism. It was something like, it's not like racism is new. It's just we see it now. And for me, that really rang true. Um, I didn't really, I'm not going to say I didn't know because I did. It didn't really hit home for me until Trayvon Martin was killed. I think because we were similar in age, and the story behind it was so profound in a sense of, he was just going to the store and get some candy, and that could have been me. That could have been my little brother who was 6 years younger than me. That could have been my best friend. That could have been anybody, and that was like the first one that kind of opened my eyes up into obviously now so many more, unfortunately, to happen after him. So I'm hoping this film can bring some type of momentarily relief to black men and black women, black children, black, young adults, for something to be proud of, something to be happy about in the midst of everything that's sad.
Some people weren't open to the idea and was like, I don't feel comfortable, things like that. So some people did drop out of the project, which I completely understood. I just was like, well, let me see. So there were enough people that were like, yeah, we trying to do it. What's up? That I was like, cool. They on the same thing that I'm on. And so I end up losing like my DP and a few other people. And so I decided to, again, for the third time now, y'all, the third time, look for crew. Let me see if Wisconsin has like a film office or something like that. So they did. I reached out to them. They directed me to like some different outlets of when people come to town to film, where they go to find their crew, and they directed me to this website called the Wisconsin Badger Guide. It has a bunch of cool stuff. Like, this was one of the companies that was a part of the Brickle Forward Fund, that they were offering services. This company right here, Big Chair Studios, was also the studio that we were awarded for our 4 days filming. So this is what the website looks like. So you just go to directory. And it says it's the Badger Guide of Wisconsin's largest film department, whatever. And so you see how it's listed here. You would just click what you were looking for. So at the time I was looking for crew. So I will go here, and it has listed a large amount of crew of what you'll be looking for: makeup, producers, special effects makeup, wardrobe, things like that. So let's say you're looking for an advertising company. You can click advertising, and it'll give you all of these different advertising companies. Now, this is not to say that these are the only companies that are in Milwaukee. This is just the companies that have submitted their information to this website. This is where wrap party locations. That's cool. A wrap party is when you're wrapping your film, you're finished the film. These are places that submitted here, like, oh, you can have your party at our location. And then they have like, their phone number, where it is, and then their website if you wanted to have your party there. So really cool website. That's what I used for the final time to find my crew. So I am finally in Milwaukee. I got here earlier this week, and it is a beautiful day outside today. It's about 80 degrees, and it's been a good experience so far. The virtual rehearsals are going good, although it's not an ideal way to have rehearsals. It's working, and we have our first face-to-face rehearsal today. Thankful for my friend Brianna for letting us use her space. And yeah, I'll show you guys what we're going to do here at our rehearsals. Rehearsals are good because you want to give the actors time to kind of figure out their character, help them figure out the lines, and help them also figure out what they're going to do with their body movements, and kind of help you as a director or producer, whatever your role is at the time, to vision before you start filming how you want everything to play out. Because once you start filming, everything, time is money. The time you spend in the house, that's money. The time you rent in equipment, that's money. So the more you practice and rehearse beforehand, the more ready you will be. So I'm excited, and
I think the actors are excited. We have a few people that won't be there today, um, but that's to be expected. It's our first one. So, yeah, everything is coming together. Got some new crew, and now we're just looking for the last few people and a place to film the project. So, I'll keep you guys updated on that process, and I'll talk with you guys on how I like to look for different locations and stuff.